So recently I went on holiday to the Philippines, indulging in as much crap food as possible, and I was also drinking, and coincidentally I come across this podcast which was giving advice to someone with acne, and as someone who is suffering with this themselves, I never really took consideration into my diet, and I've always looked past it until this podcast. I've always been filling my body with shit processed food, fish fingers, bread, crisps, you name it. Nevertheless, I wanted to change this, not just for my skin, but for all the health benefits that come with it as well. I allowed the few days I had left in Philippines to completely indulge, and as soon as I got back, I was going to completely change my lifestyle. And that's exactly what I did. On the 16th of April, I stripped my food back to its rawest form, literally having just salt and pepper as my seasoning. And it's going to sound dumb, but I didn't know how to use an oven. The only food I've ever cooked before is eggs and mince, and they've been cooked in a pan. So I was a complete stranger to this new device. But little did I know this was going to be an absolute utile gadget for my newfound love of healthy cooking. Look, all that fresh fruit, pretty much around a fiver, and boom, you got fresh fruit. When I was actually unboxing all this fruit as well, I was getting pleasure knowing that I'm making the right decision. Eating chocolate and all that, you get pleasure in the moment, but this is like, there's no guilt when I'm doing this. This is like, oh, this is all good shit. And same with the chicken and that I'm cooking. I'm trying the chicken in its I'm trying the chicken in its rawest form. Gonna have no seasoning, maybe a bit of salt and pepper and butter for the meal. But we got, oh shit, just want to get all this shit out. Hopefully help clear up my skin, gain muscle, just all the good shit. We're gonna allow one cheat meal a week just to have that fun. Cheat meal including a dessert, but yeah. So the very first thing I actually bought and cooked was a box of £5 chicken wings. I was absolutely blown away by the price. I got an abundance of meat for just £5. I was literally unfolding a whole new, enticing, affordable and healthy adventure. If you're anything like me at the start, you don't know how to cook chicken or use an oven, so that's what I'm going to show you. Literally, there'll be instructions on the box, but I don't even have chicken wings today. I have some chicken thighs. So your oven, you've got to turn on a little bit before, because you see this light here. You got to wait till that goes off. I don't know how your oven works, but yeah. And whilst you put that on, you can prepare your chicken. Just bop it in here. Bop the chicken in here. Bop, bop. Delicious. And then I'm gonna put the only two things I use: chili powder and paprika. And for chicken, I always put some garlic on it. Delish. Normally I'd be cooking more chicken, but video purposes, I'll just use these two. Try chili powder on them. That should be nice. That's a lot of chili. I love my spice. Chicken thighs as well are also cheap as chips. That's a hell of a lot of paprika. Oh my gosh. Oh, cooking in the video. Jeez. It's my breakfast now, bud. And now, when your oven's ready, these are literally ready to put in. So yeah, as I said, the first couple meals were literally just seasoned with salt and pepper, just so I could see how the meat tastes at its rawest form. But I quickly realised this wasn't going to be sustainable without spices. So after a week or two, I slowly started implementing them back into my diet. To this day, I still only use the two spices, chili and paprika. That's literally what I use for this chicken. And you see that? It's ready to go in the oven. Perfect timing. Let's bop it in. Yeah, so once the oven light's off, you literally leave that for some time. Okay, go bro. 35-minute timer. Wait, what's that other thing I use in the garden? Thyme and one I picked up that you laughed at that I called thyme.
That was one of the parsley shells. Flat with jelly leaf parsley.
Parsley, okay, cheers. So I literally come out and I think that's parsley or something. That tastes nice. And then thyme, literally put thyme on anything, steak, etc. So in the first week, I realised I didn't like salad and sweet potatoes, so I literally just stopped eating them. You want this diet to not just be a 30-day diet, but a complete lifestyle change that is sustainable. And the best way you can do that is by enjoying the food you're eating. If you force crap down your throat that you just don't like leaves and sweet potatoes, then it's going to be harder to stick to. However, I found out that I do like the harder veg such as broccoli, sweet corn, which can all be frozen and cooked, so I just buy the frozen bags of them and eat them, and they seem to do the trick. So just use what you like to your advantage. As I said, this video I never intended to be just a 30-day challenge, but I did want this to become a lifestyle change. Anyway, I'm going to show you some nutritious meals and ideas that I've been eating and that you lot can try. So just a quick note, you're probably thinking, what am I doing without bread and pasta? Well, my main carb source throughout these 30 days have been mashed potatoes. Potatoes are still a whole food, and mashed potatoes are just taste delicious, easy to make, and you can make big portions of them and keep on picking at it. Same with the meat, I just make big portions of meat and eat that. My favourite dish that I actually created throughout this 30 days was a cottage pie. My two favourite ingredients, mince and mashed potato, put together, and I don't know, something about this, it just hits the spot. So a pretty standard breakfast I had most days was 5 eggs. Eggs are literally so cheap. You can get a box from Asda of 15 eggs for like £2. Yeah, obviously you can get better quality eggs, but they're literally the cheapest thing, and that's breakfast done. You get no brain fog because it's just straight protein. You get a load of vitamins in the yolk, I think it's called, the yellow bit. It's just perfect breakfast. Perfect. I love this video. I already love this video. I haven't made it yet, but I already love this video. I know you love this video. Sound the booth and I've hearted, routed, believe, say, yeah, lunch normally just consists of mashed potato and some meat. A lot of meals, actually. I did enjoy just a straight bowl of mince, which, Tyler, thank you for inspiring me. Just straight mince, just protein. Can't go wrong with protein. Dinner, usually broccoli and chicken. Same seasoning you've seen a second ago. Just use that. It's absolutely delicious. Obviously, there are some anomalies. Sometimes I'll just have a steak with like potato fries. Steak's good. It's obviously all relative to how much you can afford and what you want to buy, but even with this cheapest ingredients, you can still eat for the day and be absolutely sweet. I don't know what it is. I don't need chocolate or anything, because I have found the absolutely most optimal tasting snacks that are just healthy. So my favourite one I just had pretty much every day, almonds and raisins. Oh my god, this, don't knock it till you try it. So delicious, and it's just delicious. I love life. If you can't tell, my personality is like bursting for this video, and I'm just happy. And the food, I think it's like a compound effect. It might have not directly affected me, but the food makes me look better. It makes me feel better. I'm in the best shape ever. So it's all had an indirect effect / direct effect. So just eat healthy. The world's giving place. You do good, you get good, etc. Anyway, bit of a tangent there. Okay, I absolutely, before this challenge, I absolutely loved hummus. Okay, it is slightly processed. It does have rapeseed oil. Stay away from those disgusting oils. But hummus is just OP. Have that with chopped up apples is my main thing, carrots. And I did try celery, but celery tastes like kin ass. But hummus makes up for it, so yeah. Especially paired with fruit. Just hits different with some apple. Trust me. Okay, last of all, one of my favourites. Dessert, you have to get a bit creative because you can't be having ice cream with bullshit. You've just got to have. I paired fruit and honey. Honey is a super thingy. I don't actually know how processed honey is, but the ingredients just says honey. So if the ingredients is one ingredient, I'm just going to trust it. It's got natural preservatives from the bees and that, but yeah. So yeah, fruit and honey, good before a workout. Okay, this one, got creative with this one. I actually love this one. Almonds, bananas, and honey. But listen, you gotta chop the banana in half, or have 2 bananas, and just leave it in the microwave. So you have half mushy banana, caramelized banana, with some hard banana. So you get the two textures. Then you get almonds. Almonds are just fire. And you just mix that, just spread a bit of honey on that. Trust me, I've only had it a couple of times, but it's like a delicacy. You don't even need all the other crap. It's just natural pudding. Now, I'd say the warm banana adds a nice touch, yeah. Bit caramelised. Delicious. Bosh! This is a really good video. Right. So I know exactly what you're thinking. What are you going to cook your food in? And it's simple. There's two things you want to cook your food in. And nothing else. Strictly two things. Butter. And I'm not talking about the crappy spreadable butter. Let me just bait out a skit. This, you see this Lurpak? Looks cute and innocent. It's even got lighter on it. Let's go back to the ingredients, yeah? Fucking butter. Water. Rapeseed oil. Rapeseed oil. The name alone, rapeseed oil, sounds pretty sus, right? Fuck that. You just want, you know, those thick blocks of butter. I don't actually have one on me, I'll insert a picture. You want a thick block of butter that's just straight butter, no bullshit with it. The second one, olive oil. Olive oil, you can't go wrong with extra virgin olive oil. Just any olive oil that just isn't full of olive oil / rapeseed, etc. Just olive oil. This is beautiful. Beautiful. Wax some on the top of your hummus as well if you want. If you're trying to gain some weight. Any food that has a sus ingredients list isn't going to be good for you. So just have the ones that just say themselves. The ones that just be themselves, yeah? And it's the same with the seasoning. You don't want to get the packets that are full of loads of ingredients. You just want paprika straight, just straight paprika. That should be the only ingredient. And then chili powder, straight chili powder. Just keep it simple. Simple wins the race, yeah? And your meals might not be flavoured enough yet, but there's 2, 3 things I use. I just put in pretty much every meal. Onions, garlic, salt, pepper, chili powder, paprika, and then that's pretty much done. So just before we go on to the results of this challenge, day 1 to day 30. Let's answer some Q&A questions. I asked my Instagram, what questions you got? Let's see. How often do you eat and how big is each meal? I already kind of answered this, but I'll briefly go over it. Okay, 11 AM, 5 eggs. 1 PM, snack, nuts and raisins. 3 PM, meal. We got meat and mash or cottage pie. 5 PM, snack, fruit. I have some fruit because it's getting close to gym time. I'll probably have banana apple. 8 PM, meal, broccoli and chicken. It's pretty standard really. Just have what you want, just make sure it's good. To be fair, I usually have 4 meals a day. Some days I just really want to focus on YouTube and I'll just have 3, but because of the amount of exercise I'm doing as well, I can afford to eat this much. So obviously make your diet relative to what you're eating. And how big is each meal? I'll put some pictures on the screen, but it's just normal. It's not too big, not too small, but at the same time, that's my norm. To other people, this might be crazy, but I think they're just normal size portions. Maybe a bit above average. Fruit I pretty much have throughout the whole of the day. Other than in the morning, that's when your best work's gonna come. So I keep it fasted till 11 AM and then I'll break my fast with protein, but try my best to push back fruit, sugar and carbs till like later on when I'm using my brain less and I'm just boxing, because YouTube just like this creativity, etc. waffle. How many calories is in one meal? I can't lie, I've never counted calories. If I'm being real, I can't be asked. I think your body will tell you what you need. Like I believe I've got a decent physique, aesthetic body, but still got a bit of a belly. But okay, if you really care that much about getting shredded, just get shredded and count calories. But to me, it seems pointless unless you're going to be some bodybuilder and competing, etc. But I'm optimizing for YouTube, health and boxing, them 3 things, so I don't really count calories. Your body will tell you what it needs. It's pretty good at doing that. So yeah, see what these are saying. Blow some steam. Okay, is there a bit of burnage action going? Nah, they're sweet. Dripping everywhere. Oh, we'll do a little bit of ASMR. Honestly, that is delicious and it took me. It didn't take very long to prepare and it's as simple as that. Cheap, quick. Pair it with some mashed potato and some veg and you got a whole ass meal. Delicious. So, if I'm gonna cook, should I supplement this as breakfast and lunch? Absolutely not. Mass gainers, protein shakes, etc. They're just crap. If you can get it out of the real food, just do that. Obviously, my life ain't as busy as a lot of people, so if you really just can't or don't have the time, everyone has the time, but if you just need that extra bit of protein, then I guess you can, but I just wouldn't recommend any of that crap. I used to do that crap, but you get bloated, you get like fat from it. It's just full of preservatives and it's not good for your skin as well. How many meals do I eat a day? I did say 3 or 4, but I forgot to mention, with the nuts, you want a handful of nuts a day. I eat nuts pretty much every day, but you don't want any more than a handful of nuts a day. This could actually damage your liver if you have more than a handful of nuts a day, so just be careful. How much cock can you ram in your mouth? Cheers, James. Next question. How much heroin a day to get abs? Well, I normally go for 2 jabs a week. However, I've only got 2 of the abs sticking out, if you look. So, if you want better results than me, I guess you're going to have more than me. Big up, Hezzy one. How does things like packet sauce affect you? I'll just steer clear from all of that. If you want ketchup, the closest thing I can think of is mash up a few tomatoes. But you realise, once you've been on this diet for so long, you don't want to go back to crappy foods other than your cheat meals. So I haven't had sauces in ages. I've just been getting along fine, so yeah. How much does it cost to eat healthy? Well, as I said earlier, it's all relative to what you buy. Obviously, you can get steaks every day and be spending a couple £100, but if you haven't got the money for that, boxes of chicken, eggs, mince, and it's not going to be that expensive, really. It's cheaper than getting takeaways every day and just eating crap food. But even if it does cost money, you've got to think of it as an investment anyway. You compound in all the other areas in your life, your physique, looks, brain power, focus, just you name it. It's just compounding all the effects of your life. There's not really many negatives to it other than, I guess, you got to get used to the taste, etc. But yeah, you notice a lot of good things in life are simple. Success is simple. You just got to keep on showing up, keep on doing the work, and just try and avoid the negative stuff as much. Obviously, we're not all monks. We got to live our life. But this diet, you've also just got to have a strong enough reason why. And for me, I've changed my identity to a boxer. Before, I used to be a gym rat. I used to eat the crap. I was bulking. So that was my identity. But now I've changed my identity to a boxer. I'm trying to be more fit, more healthy. So optimizing my food has just become easy because that's who I see myself as. Dan Cuttle, the boxer. So it's also an identity switch. Anyway, I'm going to finish this and we'll go on to the results you've all been waiting for. Ooh, spicy deliciousness. So last of all, we've got the results. So for the first week, I already experienced a lot of benefits. I was quite surprised by how my performance increased, even though I reduced the amount of carbs I was having. I also started to notice less new spots, but mainly a huge difference in the chest and back acne. It's still not perfect, but it's definitely improved a lot, which has done bits for my confidence. And I'm generally much happier than I was before. I was also getting used to eating healthy food quite quick. Another thing was, on the first week, I wasn't really flavouring my meals much, and I was just having them at the rawest form. So my first cheat meal with my mates, it actually tastes heavenly. It was such a good experience, man, because for that whole week, I didn't have any real pleasure from the food I was eating, so that cheat meal was delicious. I also noticed my brain was a lot sharper. I didn't have as much brain fog as I would have having the processed food. I was also boxing to a very good standard, and generally I was just felt way more energized. This could also be due to avoiding caffeine and coffee. I used to have black coffee all the time, but in this diet I just avoided that. That's optional. But yeah, generally throughout the 30 days, these first week benefits just compounded, and I'm looking a lot leaner. My beer belly from holiday has kind of gone away, and my abs are starting to poke through, which is cool. And yeah, I'm not trying to glaze this Whole Foods, but literally everything in life has become more positive. There's not any bad things I can speak about. I also used to be quite naive when it came to what I was eating. I was just shoveling everything in sight down my body. But experimenting with healthy food has really changed my perspective. And I've also been learning a new skill and craft of chefery, and I feel like I'm getting quite good at it already. It's always good to have cooking under your belt. I know there was that Andrew Tate meme once where he just...
If you're broke, there is zero reason why you should ever prepare a meal.
Where he just slated cooking your own food, but I actually think it's good to know, because you'll always eat food, so you'll always want to know how to cook. As I mentioned earlier, there are physical benefits, obviously, but there's psychological benefits as well. Just, there's some science out there or something, but just directly and indirectly, I feel happier, I feel prouder of what I'm eating, and just good. So yeah, I hope I've inspired you to try this diet out yourself. And if you'd like to see the daily routine I'll pair with this diet, click here. What a video. What a video.